Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. The center can no longer hold. Things are falling apart in Kenya Kwanza. Earlier today, Raila Odinga dropped a dossier on the so-called government to government oil deal. And it has been established that in the first place, there was no government to government oil deal. What was there was some agreements signed between the Ministry of Energy and some state corporations in Saudi Arabia and in the United Arab Emirates. There was no government to government oil deal. And Raila Odinga went further to reveal that some rogue elements in this government are the ones benefiting. They buy the oil very cheaply in Saudi Arabia and in the United Arab Emirates. Upon the oil reaching Kenya, the price is being inflated. So some rogue elements are milking Kenyans dry. They are becoming filthy rich at the expense of the suffering Kenyans. Upon Raila Odinga unleashing that dossier, Kenya Kwanza government was very much worried. And through Kimani Ichung'wah, Kenya Kwanza parliamentary group quickly issued a press release where, as usual, they attacked Raila Odinga and claimed he had some interest in the oil business. But one person who caught my attention was Dennis Itumbi. This is what Dennis Itumbi had to say. Former Prime Minister Raila Odinga family has an interest in the oil business. During the handshake period, they kicked out a key ally from one of the oil companies, and now they are fully in control. The G2G deal gave Kenya a great deal, but denied the Odinga's massive profits they used to bag in the open tender system. Before the press conference, an attempt was made to blackmail government. The ministry was confident and sure the deal was above board, stood its ground. Did the Odingas put in a bid? Are they demanding some pay from government? A full hustler in Nation Intelligence Bureau, HNIB, to follow. That's Dennis Itumbi. And Dennis Itumbi claims that Raila dropped that bombshell because he has got some interest in the oil business. And listening to Dennis Itumbi, you know they always talk the opposite. It might be possible that they had made an attempt maybe to bribe Raila Odinga into silence, which Raila Odinga rejected. And I'm saying that because if you see or hear Dennis Itumbi talking, before the press conference, an attempt was made to blackmail government. It's a fact that they always mean the opposite. They might have attempted to silence Raila Odinga, but Raila Odinga refused. What caught my attention from this post are the comments from Kenyans. Almost 100% of the commentators are against Dennis Itumbi and against Kenya Kwanza government. And Kenyans are now tired of this hustler bureau, whichever, because it's just propaganda and open lies. You know, this government has reached a point where no single sane individual can defend it. Because how can you defend something that is very open? If Dennis Itumbi says that Raila was in the oil business during the handshake, the prices were better than they are today. So Raila actually should get more involved for prices to be better than they are in the so-called government-to-government oil deal. Let's have a look at some of the comments. Somebody by the name Jiru Warui, Kenyans are only interested in affordable fuel prices. Whether that fuel is being brought into the country by Raila, Ruto, or Itumbi is not important. So this talk of Dennis Itumbi, that Raila is interested, rather has interest in the oil industry or business, Kenyans are not interested in that. Kenyans want to see cheap oil. Then there is also somebody here who actually gave a very good comment. Raila was the best choice, that is true. Then Sin Boniface Kungu. These are sideshows that even a fool can't fall for. Isaiah Limo Cheborion. If indeed Raila was controlling oil during handshake period, then we should have him back, because we used to buy fuel at a lower prices compared to your government period. Somebody by the name Johannes Churchill. Kenyans don't want to know who want what deal. We want the cost of living to be lowered. System ya uongo iko hapa na mauongo day in, day out. Those are just some of the comments, but it's clear Kenyans are not interested anymore in this useless hustler intelligence, because it's clear they are just nonsensical and not making sense at all. And one of our fanciers also sent me a very interesting kind of a chart for Meru Progressive. Pia sisi tuliibia Raila kura tukawekea Ruto pale Kithoka. Nikikumbuka hiyo effort, narudisha mikono nyuma kama mwana asiye na wao. Yeah, that's a discussion. That's a WhatsApp discussion in Meru Progressive. So across board, Kenyans are tired of these blame games, these scapegoats by this government. Kenyans are fed up. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Having looked at all that, I won't be wrong to make the following conclusions. The first conclusion: this government has no idea. And just as I've been saying, this is a clueless government. They are only good when it comes to politics of propaganda, but it now appears they have hit the dead end. They have hit the wall, because they have been cheating Kenyans all along, and it appears they don't know how to change their strategy. So Kenyans are realizing that this is a government that has no clue at all, no idea, they're just clueless. And they keep on repeating the same narratives of lies and propaganda. I won't be wrong to conclude this is a clueless government, a government that has run out of ideas. And that's why Kenyans are now fed up of their constant lies. The second conclusion, it's now coming out very clearly that some rogue elements in the government are benefiting from the so-called government-to-government oil deal at the expense of the so-called hustlers, Mama Mboga and Boda Boda. Some people in this government are making some good money. They are inflating these prices for their own personal gains while passing all the costs to the so-called hustlers. So this is not a hustlers government. This is more of a dynastic kind of a government. And thirdly, I must repeat that if the trend continues, then William Ruto and his team should be prepared to go home come the next election. Ruto will make history as a one-term president. Because generally, if you look at Kenyans across board, Kenyans are condemning this government in unison. In unison, I mean. So I just don't know which strategy William Ruto will use to convince Kenyans to give him votes. Even rigging, at least you must have something behind you. But at this rate, Ruto will find himself commanding only about 20% of Kenyans. 80% are clearly against him. And I believe you cannot rig in a situation where 80% is against you. Nyayo tried it. He could not manage. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. If you want to support or you feel like supporting our channel for it to continue growing stronger, contact me through that number below, or feel free to channel your support to that number below. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.